I'm just starting, so. Woo! Okay.
Meandering monsters, menace and murder, and here we are,
Sounding board. Porn music.
You're right.
Alright, so welcome back to our very special...
I was not prepared for that. I started drinking. It was...
So
I mean, we might as well go to the beer, right?
It looks sour. Is it sour?
Ooh! So I picked out this beer, because it looked evil.
And it is.
It looked evil as shit.
It smells evil.
And, I was about to say, thematically, it's following through on...
So it says
really
it's a
everything.
sour.
I mean...
A Michigan sour.
We have really... We've had a couple of sours, and Kyle...
And I like them.
Kyle digs them, typically. Now, this was an unknown to me, so...
This smells like ass wrapped in bacon.
It smells like feet wrapped in dead feet. Oh, holy shit.
Right.
So, the games that we're going to be talking about today are also a little bit bitter because they're rough at times. So, we're going to be reviewing Dark Souls, the new board game, and Resident Evil, the card drafting game.
Deck builder.
Or, sorry.
It's a deck builder.
It's a deck builder.
It's a deck builder. You want to do that over?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did not say the name of the beer. You didn't say the name of the beer.
They may not want the advertisement. This is by far the shittiest thing we've
Yeah,
tasted.
this is pretty bad. This is a bad sour.
Then we'll just pour it out
No.
afterwards.
Oh, I'm going to drink it. I bought it.
Ooh.
It's just not going to be great.
I was like, I'm not.
Ooh, hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Okay.
That's a big
So we did our thing, so we're going to just come into...
Yeah.
Okay. So today we're going to be reviewing 2 video game themed board games. We're going to be doing the Resident Evil deck building game, and we're going to be doing the new Dark Souls board game. And we'll be talking about some similarities and, you know, beyond just being video games, and we have a pretty interesting challenge today. But first, let's talk about this beer. And, you know, guys, sometimes when you play baseball of drinking, sometimes you knock it out of the park, and, you know, sometimes you just strike out. And unfortunately, guys, I think this one might be a strikeout.
I assume this is what Christina Aguilera smells like. That's how bad.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you took her sweat and
Yeah.
drank it,
Like,
this is what it would
and
taste
it almost looks a little bit like her.
like. Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
No matter what
sure.
you say.
Yeah, this is the genie that you don't want to let out of the bottle, guys.
So let's give it a little taste here. God, I wish this was not take 2. That is like fermented shit.
Okay, so sours come in a long range of things, and there are good sours that are sour, but they don't have a lot of the funkiness in them. This is a very tart cherry. This is funk, man. This is something that I don't know if it's old. I don't know. Not a huge fan of this
What's
beer.
the name of it?
I don't know if I want to. It's called the Sober Humanos. It's by Jolly Pumpkin. If people might like that funky part of sour beers, maybe this is the beer for you, but definitely not the one for us. This is going to be punishing a little bit like Dark Souls. So, let's do our Cult of the New game, Dark Souls.
Cult of the New. Alright, so I gotta bring up our cameras.
Ooh.
Boom, boom,
Holy Jesus.
boom.
Try it. Smell it. Just smell it. It smells like it tastes. It's bad.
Dude, the shit that we were making.
Fuck. And you like sours. You like good sours.
Dark Souls. Which one's the? Is that the board game? Yeah. No, it's Dark Souls 3. That's not it.
But that is the board game cover.
Oh, that makes my heart sad.
Images or
News.
news. Told you.
You see a good box?
Oh, Cooper's over there.
Holy fuck, man.
That is such a bad beer.
I'm sorry.
No.
I mean,
Perfect for the episode.
You think I'd have picked the better beer? Is that what we're concerned about right now?
who the fuck? Wandering Board. Our friend Adrian?
Adrian from Mile High Games.
He has his own Twitter account. It was like a new Twitter account followed us, and it was like Adrian under @WanderingBoard. I have no idea.
I can't resize this. Why can't I resize this?
Just... Why?
You should definitely say something about the storm in the background because I think that's awesome.
Can do that.
It's weird. It won't let me.
Which is weird because the other ones you've just done it, and
Yeah.
can you like take it out and maybe like
I just did. Yeah, here's the.
Unlocked.
It won't let me resize it. Alright, no image then. 'Cause I'm not fucking with this. Okay.
Could you go into Google and find a smaller?
Well, it's not even letting me resize it. It's so weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, go, maybe even. Is there certain ones that your program will or won't
No,
fuck with, or is it?
I think
pretty
the first one was a PNG, and this is a
JPEG, so they're not that they're not that different. Yeah. Is there something else
Something's fucking weird.
wrong? Can you edit any of these?
Mm-mm.
So there's something else. Is it because we're recording right now?
No.
Okay.
There's just no camera. That's okay. This is what Kyle wanted all along.
Can you resize?
No, it won't let me resize it.
And I mean, but like, will it let you like right click and resize?
No. Add image.
So, transform? Edit, transform? Size?
Yeah.
I would, what was the ratio? 2100, so do 800, 600. Or,
Yeah, but I can't move it.
oh, no, it's fine. Well, we can, position it different. So
no.
go to size?
No, let's just take it out. This is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is way too long.
Remove. What?
Hey.
Oh, don't worry about us filming.
But you guys were fucking around anyways. You can go in the bedroom. You don't have to go.
Is it Adrian?
That's what I'm saying. It just says your contact Adrian at Wandering Board is on Twitter.
You know.
I don't know. It's just weird. I haven't followed a lot of these people back,
No, I stopped.
which is fine because now we're getting closer to like our
Yeah.
getting more followers and following, which is I think the sign of success. So do you want to like take or we're just starting off with Dark Souls, right?
Yeah.
And so do you want to give a rundown of like here's a challenge we're gonna do during Dark Souls?
Yeah.
We're gonna go over components and then we're gonna talk about
What's the name of the
gameplay
stupid
and
game?
all that kind of stuff.
Sticky.
Chasing
Chasing
sticks.
Oh, where's my controller? Where'd the controller go?
I moved it.
Not mine.
No, I moved both of them.
Is
Oh,
it
it's
right
okay.
there?
Yeah. Because it's not going to be in camera when we do it. Because it's going to be on our face.
And so do we need to keep looking up while we play? Like as much as we can?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's going to be here.
Right. Like this will be up. Oh yeah, this will be up and then the main camera will be over there.
This won't even be used.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so let's go into Dark Souls.
Um,
But
She's gonna come in at some point, so you may want to think about that too.
You can just tell her to come in super quiet.
That door is never super quiet.
it's not.
That's
I can
fair.
tell her to text me or something.
Yeah. He still hasn't responded yet. But we can break for food after this.
That's as quiet as Edward gets.
Yeah.
Now the thunderstorm.
All right. Is it him?
Hmm?
Is it Adrian?
I don't think so.
Just...
I keep trying to figure it out, but I just...
Hi, Adrian.
I figured you. Make sure I figure out
Oh, we're not recording.
No, we are not.
Wait.
Are we recording? Is it the reason why it can't be changed? Is what I was asking.
Oh, shit. Did we not record any of that?
What?
That could be the first time this happens.
Oh shit! We did like the intro and everything without.
Yeah, we may.
Uh...
I may have done that for the first time. Here's the last thing we filmed.
Oh, babe! Please tell me you didn't miss the last episode, did we?
No.
Okay,
That would be awful.
that was last episode.
Yes, we did not film anything.
What?
Starting over.
Oh.
This Dark Soul episode, we gotta do the fucking beer for a third time.
Uh-huh.
We do.
That's funny.
Young dorky dads sticking around. Here we are, sounding bored.
Love the delay.
Your face.
This one was 52 minutes.
No way. It'll cut down.
Oh, yeah.
A lot. Because we've.
As much as y'all wanted to.
Yeah, probably not. No, it'll probably end up at like 30, 35 minutes if I was going to take a guess.
Wow, I'm glad we caught that.
That would have sucked otherwise.
So we have not recorded anything for this episode. Okay.
Who the fuck are you? I don't know you.
Who?
Fucking coming to my house?
Who's coming in your
I
house?
don't want a freaking hood.
What are you
Oh, we
talking about?
might actually met that guy.
Corey?
He's a Crucis kid up in Denver. Big surprise, huh? Dude, I don't know from
Ridiculous.
Dude, I don't know from Crucis up in Denver. Well,
Oh no, she's getting ready to come in.
Did she text you? That was the first. Thank God it wasn't an episode. Holy fuck.
dude, it'd have been kind of shitty.
Especially that episode. Because that's going to be a good episode.
It's alright. They didn't record.
We didn't record.
Okay. No, like.
No,
the
we-
whole thing.
His sister's looking for her bridesmaid's dress, so she was FaceTiming.
No, like we
No,
fucked
like-
up, but we didn't record anything.
They didn't
Like, we
have
did
a
everything, it
recording
just
for the
wasn't
beer?
Just for
Recording.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Just for Dark Souls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this.
Yeah, I know. I almost had a heart attack too, so you're
Yes.
fine.
I think we all did.
Tina, what are you doing? Okay.
But be quiet.
Yeah. Can you blow your nose quietly? Go. Still, Jeff hasn't responded yet. But we're going to break for food.
To be honest, if he's coming down the mountain, it's hitting really hard and like golden and like kind of the foothills.
You really may not be able
so
to make it.
he may be able to make it, but it may take him.
Yeah, I'm hoping just a
Is,
response.
is this like a thing where you would want to like do our three, try to like plan with them and like
We
have?
can do a different one. We totally just do a different
Okay.
one.
I mean, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So.
The filler one's not going to take long. That needs to be our...
I'd say fisted? Oh, exiled.
Told you, we're U2ing that episode.
Hmm?
We're U2ing that episode no matter what.
Just you two in it?
U2.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
What?
You two are gonna do it.
No. With or without you.
Oh.
With or without you. That's what I told him last night.
I'm gonna go lay down now.
I was like, we're U2ing this episode no matter what. He goes, what? I was like, yeah, with or without you. Uh-huh. I can film.
Someone's gonna pass before you.
All right, you ready?
Alright, so
Start
we're
recording.
from the- Oh, do we wanna...
Oh, I can take the
Redo
no,
all
I can
this
take, I can
stuff?
take the cameras off.
So yeah, just leave it.
I can take the cameras off.
Don't tell me what to do.
Do you want to try put the? I'm gonna try to put the image on while. See if it works while it's recording. So he can watch this and go, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Yeah, it's weird.
I'm saying, man, like, we can do it. It just
Nah.
is stupid.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't understand
I
why.
don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta drink this fucking beer.
I thought that was a good. I even did it. I felt like I did a good segue.
You
and
did.
everything. Meandering monsters, menace and murder, and here we are, sounding board.
Thunderstorms and lightning.
Very, very frightening. Hallelujah.
So, welcome to a very stormy and rainy day in Denver, Colorado, home of your Houston Texans. Sorry,
What?
I'm a Texans fan.
Oh, I mean it's their home.
So this episode may come out during football season, and that may make sense. If not, who cares? But it is our video game episode.
This is going to be an episode where we review 2 video game-based games. One being the Resident Evil deck building game, and the other being the brand new Dark Souls board game. So we're going to be reviewing both of those. But first, let's take a look at this beer. Now, this is the Sober Humano by, what is that, Jolly Pumpkin.
Yeah, and this is our third take.
Yeah, and, you know, we have had some sour beers on the show, and sour beers have been a thing that are kind of wacky and funky and can be quite diverse. This is probably one of those where I would feel that the diversity is probably not in the right swing of things.
This smells like, I imagine the guys from Game of Thrones, the scale people.
Mm-hmm.
What they
White Walkers?
No,
Or the dragons?
Nope. The ones
the
that get the
people.
gray touch, gray scale.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah. I think this is what in the swamp. This is what they smell like.
I was gonna say that I think this is what Jamie Lannister's feet smell after he got slightly cooked by a dragon.
Yeah. Not. Oh, spoiler. Hello.
Ooh, we may actually want to.
Hello.
Oh shit!
He spoiled Game of Thrones. You know what? If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, it's your fault. And Michelle's caught up, who I know is the only person that really watches our video, and she's caught up, so we're fine.
So we're fine. So this is a sour beer. We're not a huge fan of it, so I think we're gonna. We are gonna suffer through this, but we're gonna suffer through this like champs, just like we would Dark Souls, which will be our first game. So our Cult of the New, Dark Souls.
Cameras. Cam. God damn. It does not get better.
I was hoping the more drunk I got, the better it get. It's not. It is not the case.
Okay.
I can't do that.
So, Dark Souls is a Kickstarter. And who got the Kickstarter?
Well, that would be me, because I have been a huge fan of the Souls series since Demon Souls way back in the day, even like Salt and Sanctuary. I'm an old nerd. So, you know, whenever I heard that they were going to do a Dark Souls board game, at first I was very like, can they do it right? Like, that's the first thing, right? Someone writes a book and then they make a movie. You're like, how is it going to be conveyed in the new medium?
You hear that thunder out there? That's how dark this
it is.
episode is.
It is haunting. Just like this beer, it's haunting me.
This beer is haunting my taste buds. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through components
We're going to
quick.
run through components real quick.
Because we have a competition we're going to do
A little bit of a different challenge
in
than
the,
normal.
what we call it, the video game stream.
Yeah.
The Steam, what the kids are calling it today.
Steam.
So let's run through these amazing components.
You know, this is Steamforged, which is a relatively new company. I think their previous game was Guild Ball, which was like a pretty big hit.
Yeah, I have not played that one.
I haven't played it either, but it got a fair amount of respect and whatever.
So 1 to 4 players.
This game is 1 to 4. I have played this solo.
And 2, right? That's
And
it.
at 2. This game is very much Dark Souls. If you are unfamiliar with the whole Souls franchise, the really brief, I guess, like rundown is, it's an action RPG. It is brutal. It is punishing. There is not a lot of information moving you forward. It's learn by defeat and dying. Like that is the big thing with the Soul series, and they really conveyed that in the game, for some good and for some bad.
Right.
So let's just go over the components real quick. So as we see on Kyle's, that is the board.
Typical dungeon.
Typical dungeon look, but as you can see with like the different spots, that is how you maneuver. There are action cards that dictate, you know, like in what direction things happen. This is how you move and react and do everything. There is a lot of mechanics that go along with this game. It can be overwhelming, so we're really not going to get heavy into the card play and all that.
Bad
we're
guy
just gonna
goes
go
here.
over. Yeah, red one is the bad guy.
So this is how bad the weather is right now. We're getting weather alerts.
While we're actually
all going to
filming.
die. So Cameron is going to show you what the player board looks like.
So the player board is actually, it is pretty straightforward. So you have a combination stamina and health. If this ever fills up, you're dead, so you can build up your stamina. You can, you know, get hit by health, and if this ever fills, you're dead. It adds a lot of tension. This is a very high-intensity game. You are going to die. This is one, just like the video game, you're going to die a bunch. It's going to be frustrating, but you learn and plan better as you go along. So you have, you know, your straight-up armor. You have your different items. You're able to, you know, add little... you know, magical effects on some of your items. You can upgrade through the use of souls, which you get through defeating enemies. This player board, I think, is really it is a really solid board.
You know,
It
the
gives all your info.
indentions, the indented parts are a great way that the board games are going right now.
It's easy to track all your stuff,
and
so-
stuff can't get bumped, and things get screwed up.
And especially with a game where your resources, your health, your stamina, all your stuff is this is a very this isn't a money tight game. This is your health and stamina are your resources, and that stuff is very tight. You know, souls are like money in this game. So souls do two things: you buy items with souls, and you also upgrade yourself with souls. So there's really only one currency through experience and money and buying items.
So it does have, okay, oh, sorry, jumped to my cam, dice.
It has one thing that Kyle really doesn't like in dice:
This,
the blank side. And why don't you like that, Kyle?
because it's boring. I have 2 dice, I rolled, and I got 2. Well, that's pretty good. I'm actually a better roller than Cameron. Let's say I roll that. You know what? That's boring.
And there are not a ton of ways to mitigate this. Essentially what you're going to be doing is getting more equipment so you can just build a bigger dice pool. I played the Star Wars Fantasy Flight RPG, so the blank sides don't bother me, just because there's a lot of variety in it, but I get how it could bother some people. Now, the last and not least, and this is not something that I really want to exacerbate because I think people blow this stuff out of the water, but the minis for this game are great.
Yeah.
Now, people overhype minis, and I'm more about mechanics, even though I like Ameritrash games. But just to like really show, like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And this isn't even a big bad. This is like a medium boss. This is like a sub boss. And this dude is big. Now, I did do the Kickstarter, but I did basically like the base box of the Kickstarter, and there were a lot of expansions. And I love and hate this thing about Kickstarters where if I'm going to drop, you know, $100, then the next thing I'm going to drop $300, and it gets a little like out of control, I think, and it's mostly minis, but these for what you get in the base are really good. So I think we should
We ready to
move
go
on.
into it?
Yeah.
So, a little adjustment, adjust your
Do you
cam.
want to kind of go over what we're going to be doing with this challenge?
So, hey. How you
Hey,
doing?
guys.
Look at
Different
that.
camera.
Look how fancy
We're
we
so
are.
fancy.
Look at that middle
It's a
part. That's
mirror.
real annoying. So let's jump in there. So we're playing a game. Oh, hope we can reset this. Actually, let's get it to the beginning.
We may actually have to pause.
Yeah, we'll pause. Pause. You don't have to pause the screen. Just
No, I was going to say exit out of it so we can get back in, because I didn't know there was like no way to get back.
no. Just
Unless you want to click on it.
get back
you
there.
got the mouse.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I really don't know how to get, like...
The main menu.
That's what I'm saying. I don't...
Oh. Exit level. Actually, this might be better.
Yep.
Is it the beginning? But we have. I want to start the game over.
Well, we only have, like, whatever souls.
I got 31. You got 63.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything because we haven't bought any abilities or anything moving forward.
That's not the score.
No. That's leveling up. I mean, you can like exit.
So we
exit
doing
the
first
thing
to
and-
die loses?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the very beginning, right?
And if we both survive,
No, somebody has to die.
then someone has to die. Okay.
Okay, so we're good to go. We're recording right now, so we can
So how do you want to?
say what we're playing.
Okay.
And your camera's there.
So
We are doing this blind.
yeah, so we really can't see ourselves or anything, so this is a little bit different. Now, what we're going to be doing is playing like a free game on Steam. It's called Chasing Sticks. So it is a dog-themed bullet hell shooter.
I thought they were cats. They are dogs. Ah, look at that.
Dog cats. I don't know. So we're going to just like shoot and try to survive. The first person who dies has, loses the challenge. So this is more of going to be a little bit of a survival kind of thing. So bear with us. We're gonna discuss the intricacies of this game and see who is gonna be the first person to die. So
Let's
take it
go.
away.
Let's play. What am I doing?
You're doing it.
We're going. Let's boogie. So we practiced for like 10 seconds. Ignore the scores at the bottom. 'cause
Yeah, we
Cameron-
did it for like 5 seconds.
Cameron
so-
cheating.
Yeah,
So
well,
here's
I was just doing better.
I'm a pure Euro player. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah,
But I tried my best. I tried to get into
He did.
Dark Souls. Here was my problem in it. I did not like the fact that the equipment was so random. So we were dying, which you're supposed to do. You die to get more equipment, and you couldn't. We were getting equipment we couldn't use.
And so that's actually one of the things that connects the two games that we're reviewing today. Both the Resident Evil game and the Dark Souls game are ones that actually need a variant, I think, to get the most out of the
Yes.
game. And so, and with
Oh,
both...
did I die?
Oh, you died already.
That was quick.
Oof. Do you want to...
No, keep going. Keep going.
So, with Resident Evil and with the Dark Souls game...
I'll look at the camera.
there are there's basically like we were talking about souls and how that is your currency. Man, we suck at this.
All right, we can exit out of this. You won. So
That was a shitty challenge. It's a
What?
shitty challenge if that's where we stop.
So we'll keep going. We'll keep playing.
Okay, so let's give this another round. Oh man.
Go further. Yeah.
Okay. And so I forgot where I was.
You were connecting Resident Evil.
And so
Go
one of the things that really connects like the Resident Evil and the Dark Souls game for me personally is the fact that you need to do a variant for like the treasure. So both with Resident Evil, Dark Souls. So with Dark Souls, you kind of at the way the base game is, you have every item ever as an option to draw from the draw deck of treasure. So whether it's a legendary item, which you are not anywhere close to being able to wield, or or it's maybe an item that is two below you and you don't absolutely need. All those are available at all times, and I find that very frustrating. So one of the variants that I thought worked really well and and made a lot of sense to me was they split up we split up the treasure into different basically levels. And with that, you were able to, be more informed about where you're buying things and what you're spending your souls on.
Is that what you did when you replayed it?
Whenever I replayed solo, is way better.
Okay.
And with solo, you start with extra souls that you do not start whenever you play with other people. And so in that way, if you were going to play solo, let's just say, you're playing solo, you start, I forget the exact amount, but let's say you were starting out with like 18 souls. You could buy all the equipment with those, and guess what? There's a realistic chance that you could not be able to wield any of them. How frustrating to start a game that way.
It was that frustrating.
And it was. Like, we would go out and we would try to build and, try to get our characters up, and then what would happen? Like, we would die, get some souls, and then guess what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It'd be the exact same character
We
we just died with.
We had 15 something. Just treasure cards laying out because one, they were either stuff we couldn't use
So you hold down the button and keep
or
shooting
stuff
the
we
whole
didn't
time.
want. Yeah, I know.
Well, why didn't you tell me that?
Oh, I wanted to win.
Now you-
And so that's like one of the biggest things is I think that this game right out of the box needs a variant.
Yeah.
That can be a negative for a lot of people, and honestly, it's a pretty big negative for me. Had I not found the right variant, this would be almost a non-starter because every
Yeah.
time I play the game, I'm like, I just want to buy things that apply to me now so that I can advance and then buy things to kind of continue advancing. The game Dark Souls works that way.
Right.
Like, there is no reason that in the board game that shouldn't be also kind of conveyed.
Let's jump back into our normal screen real quick.
Okay.
So,
So obviously I won.
yes, you won.
Yeah, I'm great at video games.
So,
What am I doing?
Alt-tabbing out so we can go back to our normal view. Sounding board
Smells
view.
like feet.
And let's push this down. Unless you want to see us twice.
I don't want to see me more than once. So really,
So-
if you like the Dark Souls board game, add in that variant. This is a must buy if you have $100 to drop on a board game and you've been wanting to like.
But is it 100 now? You probably can't get it for 100 now, can
That I'm really not for sure.
Yeah.
So if it's way more than that, I would definitely say it's not worth it. This is one of those games that is very niche. Like, you need to be a fan of the series or a fan of pretty brutal randomized games. Very Amerithrash. This is so far from Euro that it can't see the ocean.
you? No. And it's honestly a hard pass from me. I tried. I gave it my
He
best
did.
shot.
He gave it an
And
honest
I
shot,
actually
guys.
rolled better
and-
than
and-
him that game, so I was actually doing a little bit more.
He was better. But the thing is, like, I don't really mind randomness when it comes to my RPG flavored things because I know not everything's perfect in that realm.
Right.
Like I would say, what was the price?
118.
Oh, 118.
That's not bad.
Again, guys, if you like Amerithrash, if Dark Souls is a video game that you liked and you want that board game implementation, from solo to definitely to 2 players, I could see how 4 player would make this actually a little bit easier.
Probably.
You know, I would say at the very least, this is a play for people who dig this style of thing, but play it first before you buy it.
And it's got something most Euro gamers don't like, a rinse and repeat, where I'm going to the same room and fighting the
You're
same
gonna grind.
boss. Yeah, you're
You're
going to
gonna
grind. So as a
That's
video
true.
gamer, I love that. As a board gamer,
it's harder.
It was, yeah.
Now, whenever we talk about time limitations on this game, this is anywhere from, on the low end of the thing, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we have seen people at the meetup play this, 3, 4?
Oh, yeah.
3, 4 hours. So this is also a big time chunk. So if you're not into it, don't do it. Like, if you're ambiguous, don't join a game of this. I don't know. It seems like that'd be bad.
So it's a pass for me.
It's a must play for me if you like Amerithrash.
All right. So let's talk about the Cult of the Old. Put this way. That was good. And we'll do the trophy. And do I have the box? I don't have the box.
Oh.
Why are you gonna use it?
Well, you've had the box every time, so
It was-
it's been my natural.
I can't pick it up one-handed.
No, that's fine. Don't do that. Lifting from that side makes me nervous.
Yep, I feel you.
You feel? What do you want to eat?
My allergy.
They don't like sushi.
What?
They don't like sushi. Look at her. She looks disgusted right now.
Fucking shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, that's a much easier way to package it. Why did I do that?
Isn't that some place that does sushi?
I know. I'll do it after. On the computer. It'll be easier.
Okay, so do you want to bring out all the
The Residents of Evil.
the Residents of Evil?
Turn the mat over for it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
You're welcome.
This is the map for President Evil.
So significant weather advisory.
I know. That's what I was getting beeps.
Nickel-sized hail.
Nickelback.
Nickelback Hill.
Nickelback-sized
Such a
hail.
shitty hill.
Thornton, Southwestern Arvada, Westminster. Arvada. Torrential rainfall is also occurring with the storm. May lead to localized flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways.
Turn around, don't try.
Oh Jesus! Of course, it's our house getting slammed by red, big old fucking thunderstorm.
Of course.
Of course, because our dog is absolutely losing his motherfucking shit right now. Probably pissed everywhere. Where is this the biggest chicken shit? God bless his beautiful heart.
One person died, 19 are injured after a car plowed through.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's not recording. Oh, we're streaming.